Have you ever sat back and wondered, how much time do I really have left? It's a question that crosses all of our minds, especially as we age. For many of us, the thought of life after 70 can feel uncertain. But what if I told you that there are signs, real, scientific signs, that can actually predict how long you'll live? Sounds intriguing, right? You might be thinking, isn't it all about genetics and luck? Well, here's the thing. While genetics play a role, it's not the whole story. Your life expectancy is influenced by a lot more than just the hand you were dealt at birth. There are habits, patterns, and even small, often unnoticed signs that can give you an idea of how long you'll live after 70. And today, we're going to uncover exactly what those signs are. In this video, we're diving into 7 science-backed signs that can give you a glimpse into your future longevity. Whether you're 60, 70, or already past 70, these signs are a game changer. Understanding these key indicators isn't just about predicting your lifespan. It's about taking control and making informed decisions that could help you live longer, healthier, and happier. You see, the fact is, knowing what to watch for could change the way you live the rest of your life. It could help you make adjustments in your diet, exercise routine, and even in the way you interact with others. Imagine being able to pinpoint early on whether you're on track for a long, vibrant life, or if there are areas you need to focus on more. Stick around till the end because you won't want to miss these insights. And trust me, whether you're someone who's already hit 70 or you're just curious about what your future could hold, you'll want to know these 7 science-backed signs. They could just be the key to unlocking a longer and more fulfilling life. Before we dive into today's tips, let's take a moment to connect. Staying part of a supportive community is one of the best ways to stay healthy and happy as we age. I'd love to hear where you're watching from today. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from all of you. And while you're here, hit that like button if you found this helpful and subscribe so you never miss out on more tips for living your best life as seniors. As we get older, we start to realize that time is both a gift and a mystery. We begin to reflect on the years behind us, and perhaps more importantly, we think about the years ahead. And let's be honest, aging isn't always easy to talk about, but it's something we all face and something we all have in common. It's that inevitable journey that we're all on, whether we're 60, 70, or older. We start thinking about our health a lot more, don't we? Maybe you've noticed how you don't bounce back as easily from a cold, or how your joints aren't as flexible as they once were. Or perhaps you're feeling more tired than usual. These little changes in your body can be a wake-up call. And with all these thoughts swirling around, the big question often surfaces: how much longer will I have to live? How can I make sure I live a long, happy, and healthy life? Now, that's a big question. And the truth is, there's actual science behind it. We're not just talking about guessing or hoping for the best. There are well-documented, scientifically backed indicators that can give us clues about how long we'll live, especially after the age of 70. And here's something important to keep in mind. Knowing what these signs are could help you make choices that improve your quality of life and increase your lifespan. If you're over 70 or know someone who is, I bet these questions have crossed your mind. Can I live longer than I expected? Can I still be healthy and active? What can I do right now to make sure I'm living my best life in my later years? Let's face it, aging is one of the most significant milestones we can't avoid. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be a slow decline? What if, instead of feeling powerless, you could take proactive steps today that would set you up for a much longer, healthier tomorrow? Maybe you've seen friends or family members who seem to age faster than others, or you've noticed how some people just seem to be aging better, living fully into their later years with energy, vitality, and a zest for life. So what's their secret? Well, the good news is that it's not just luck. They're likely paying attention to signs, science-backed signs, that are telling them how their bodies are doing, how their health is faring, and yes, how long they might live. Whether you're thinking about your own future or you're caring for an elderly loved one, understanding these longevity signs can empower you. It can help you stay on top of your health, make better lifestyle choices, and even change the way you think about getting older. And no matter your age, knowing these signs can be the difference between living with vitality or living with regret. So let's get into it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what to look for and what you can do to maximize your chances of living a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life after 70. Sign number 1: physical health and regular exercise. Let's kick things off with something that's often taken for granted: your physical health. It might sound obvious, but the truth is, how well you take care of your body can dramatically influence how long you live. One of the biggest indicators of longevity is how well your body functions, especially when it comes to staying active. And no, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights at the gym. It's about maintaining a level of physical activity that keeps your muscles, joints, and heart in good working condition. Think about it. Your muscles and bones support everything you do. As you get older, regular exercise helps to keep them strong, prevents frailty, and even helps prevent chronic diseases. According to studies, older adults who engage in regular physical activity have a significantly higher chance of living longer compared to those who are sedentary. So why does exercise have such a big impact on life expectancy? Research shows that regular physical activity can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers, which are leading causes of death in older adults. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that just 150 minutes of moderate-intensity exercise per week can add years to your life. And it doesn't have to be intense. Activities like walking, swimming, or even gardening can be enough to make a difference. Additionally, exercise helps to improve your balance, coordination, and flexibility, which is key to preventing falls. As we age, falls become one of the most dangerous health risks. But if you stay active and keep your muscles engaged, you'll be less likely to experience the kind of falls that lead to serious injury. The CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, even recommends older adults engage in balance and muscle-strengthening exercises twice a week. But physical health is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not only about being physically fit, mental health is just as important. The way we think, process emotions, and manage stress also plays a huge role in how long we'll live after 70. So let's dive into the next sign that could predict your longevity, mental clarity, and the ability to handle stress. This is a big one, and I think you'll find it just as important as staying physically active. Sign number 2, mental clarity and cognitive function. Now, let's talk about something just as crucial as physical health, your brain. As we age, we start to notice changes in our cognitive function. Maybe it's forgetting where you left your keys, or occasionally struggling to recall someone's name. But here's the thing. While some memory loss is natural, keeping your mind sharp is a major sign of longevity. The more you can maintain your mental clarity, the longer you're likely to live in good health. Studies show that mental clarity and cognitive function are directly tied to how well your brain continues to operate as you age. Those who maintain strong mental health and are engaged in activities that challenge their brain tend to live longer, healthier lives. But why is this? Simply put, the brain is the control center for everything that happens in our body, and its decline can lead to a range of health issues, including cognitive disorders and even the risk of dementia. So what does the research say about the importance of cognitive function? A study published in The Lancet Neurology found that people who engage in mentally stimulating activities such as reading, puzzles, and learning new skills experience slower rates of cognitive decline. Furthermore, a study by the National Institute on Aging found that older adults who are mentally active, whether it's through socializing, playing games, or doing exercises for the brain, are at a lower risk of Alzheimer's and other cognitive diseases. And the science doesn't stop there. According to the Alzheimer's Association, having a positive attitude about aging and staying mentally active can help preserve cognitive function well into your later years. Engaging in regular social activities, being involved in your community, and maintaining strong relationships all help keep the mind sharp. Maintaining mental clarity is undeniably crucial for longevity, but let's not forget about another important factor, your social engagement. Having a strong social network isn't just good for your emotional well-being, it also plays a massive role in your health and lifespan. So let's dive into the next sign that predicts how long you'll live, how strong your social connections are, and why they matter so much. Sign number 3, social engagement and relationships. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked but incredibly powerful, your social connections. It's easy to think that aging is all about physical health and mental sharpness, but the truth is, your relationships with others play a massive role in how long you'll live. It turns out that having strong, meaningful social connections doesn't just make you feel good, it can actually help you live longer. As we grow older, our social circles often shrink. People retire, friends and family move away, and sometimes we can feel more isolated. But research shows that this isolation can be detrimental to your health. In fact, loneliness is considered as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's a major risk factor for a wide range of health issues, from heart disease to depression. So what does science say about the link between social engagement and longevity? Well, a groundbreaking study published in the Journals of Gerontology found that people with strong social connections live longer and are healthier than those who are socially isolated. In fact, the study concluded that having regular social interactions can reduce your risk of mortality by up to 50%. And it's not just about having any kind of social interaction. It's about having close, supportive relationships that provide a sense of connection, purpose, and love. Another study from Harvard University found that the quality of your relationships is more important than the quantity. People who have fulfilling, supportive relationships, whether with a partner, friends, or community, are more likely to live longer, happier lives. In fact, individuals who are actively involved in their social circles are less likely to suffer from conditions like anxiety and depression, which can significantly impact your health over time. And the good news is, it's never too late to strengthen your social bonds. Engaging with family, joining community groups, or even participating in volunteer work can have a profound impact on your life expectancy. Social engagement is definitely a key factor in longevity, but let's move on to something just as essential, your diet. What you eat can significantly influence how long you live, and some foods are more powerful than others when it comes to supporting a long, healthy life. So let's dive into the next sign. How your diet and eating habits play a crucial role in predicting your lifespan after 70. Sign number 4, diet and eating habits. Now, let's dive into something we all know is important but often overlook, our diet. The food we put into our bodies plays a crucial role in how long we live and how well we age. It's not just about counting calories or avoiding junk food. It's about making conscious choices that nourish our bodies and provide the nutrients we need for longevity. A well-balanced diet can significantly lower the risk of diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer, all of which are common concerns as we age. As we get older, our metabolism slows down and our bodies require fewer calories, but we still need to ensure we're getting the right nutrients. Eating a diet rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and healthy fats can have a direct impact on your lifespan. It's all about fueling your body with what it needs to keep running smoothly, inside and out. So, what's the science behind diet and longevity? A large-scale study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that a Mediterranean diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, was linked to a significantly lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and even premature death. In fact, people who follow a Mediterranean-style diet have been shown to live longer and healthier lives compared to those who eat a more traditional Western diet high in processed foods and unhealthy fats. Another study from Harvard University also highlights the importance of maintaining a balanced diet for longevity. The research found that people who eat a diet high in plant-based foods, such as leafy greens, nuts, and legumes, have a lower risk of developing chronic diseases and can live longer lives. On the other hand, diets high in processed meats, sugars, and refined carbs have been associated with higher rates of chronic diseases and a shorter lifespan. But it's not just about what you eat, it's also about how much you eat. Research shows that moderate portion sizes and mindful eating are key factors in extending your lifespan. Studies have found that people who practice portion control and avoid overeating tend to have lower rates of obesity, diabetes, and other age-related health issues. Having a healthy, balanced diet is undoubtedly one of the most powerful tools you can use to live longer. But food isn't the only factor. How well you sleep also plays a huge role in how long you'll live and how well you age. So let's move on to the next sign, the impact of sleep and rest on your lifespan after 70. Sign number 5, sleep patterns and quality of sleep. Now, let's talk about something many of us struggle with, sleep. It's no secret that as we age, our sleep patterns change. Maybe you found yourself waking up more frequently during the night, or perhaps it's harder to get the restful, deep sleep you once enjoyed. But what's really going on? And how does the quality of your sleep impact your life expectancy? Here's the thing. Sleep is essential for every part of your body to function at its best, especially as you get older. It's during sleep that your body repairs itself, consolidates memories, and regulates hormones that control everything from your metabolism to your mood. If you're not getting enough good quality sleep, it can take a toll on your physical and mental health, ultimately shortening your lifespan. So what does science say about sleep and longevity? Studies have shown that poor sleep quality is linked to a higher risk of chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. In fact, research published in the European Heart Journal found that adults who get less than 6 hours of sleep per night have a significantly higher risk of developing heart disease and dying prematurely. Meanwhile, getting too much sleep, more than 9 hours, has also been associated with health risks, including stroke and mortality. One of the key studies in this area was published by the Journal of the American Medical Association. It showed that people over 60 who suffer from sleep apnea or other sleep disorders have a much higher risk of developing cognitive decline and dementia. Lack of restorative sleep can lead to a buildup of toxins in the brain, which is believed to contribute to Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, sleep plays a crucial role in regulating your immune system. According to the National Institute on Aging, chronic sleep deprivation weakens the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections and illnesses that can impact your longevity. But the good news is that improving your sleep habits doesn't have to be difficult. Simply maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, avoiding caffeine and electronics before bed, and creating a comfortable sleep environment can go a long way in ensuring you get the restful sleep your body needs. Getting quality sleep is essential for longevity, but sleep alone isn't enough. How you manage stress and maintain your mental health is just as important when it comes to living a long and healthy life. Let's move on to the next sign: how mental well-being and stress management can influence your life expectancy after 70. Sign number 6, mental health and stress management. Let's talk about something that impacts every part of our lives: stress. As we age, we might think our biggest worries are physical health or staying active, but what about our minds? Mental well-being is just as important, and if you're constantly under stress, it can shorten your life expectancy. Stress isn't just about feeling overwhelmed. It can actually change how our body functions and impact our health in ways we don't always see. You've probably heard the saying, stress kills, and there's some truth to it. When you're stressed, your body is constantly in a fight or flight mode, producing cortisol and other stress hormones. Over time, this can take a toll on your immune system, your heart, and even your brain. So, how does this relate to living longer? Well, managing stress is a key factor in staying healthy and living a long, happy life. So, why is stress so bad for your health? Well, studies show that chronic stress can increase your risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even stroke. In fact, a study published by the American Heart Association found that long-term stress can lead to higher cholesterol levels and increased risk of heart attacks. It's no wonder we hear so much about the importance of stress management as we get older. But it's not just your heart that's at risk. Chronic stress is also linked to mental decline. Constant stress can damage areas of your brain involved in memory and learning, and increases the risk of conditions like depression and anxiety. In fact, a study from the Journal of Neuroscience found that chronic stress can actually shrink your hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory. On the flip side, managing stress through activities like meditation, yoga, or simply taking time for yourself can reduce these harmful effects. In fact, research from the National Institutes of Health shows that people who practice stress-reducing activities like mindfulness have better heart health, stronger immune systems, and improved cognitive function. Stress management is so important, but it's just one part of the equation. The next sign that can impact your life expectancy after 70 is something we all know to be important, but it's easy to overlook: your family history and genetics. Let's dive into how your genetic makeup can play a role in how long you live. Sign number 7, genetics and family history. Now, let's talk about the final piece of a longevity puzzle: your genetics. While we've covered a lot of lifestyle habits that can influence your lifespan, there's one thing you can't control: your genes. It's true that our genetic makeup plays a significant role in how long we live. So, when we're talking about life expectancy, it's important to consider your family history and any genetic conditions that may run in the family. Many of us have heard stories from our parents or grandparents about how certain conditions or diseases seem to run in the family. Whether it's heart disease, diabetes, or even certain types of cancer, our family history can give us important clues about what we might face in the future. But here's the good news: just because a condition runs in your family doesn't mean it's guaranteed you'll get it. So, how much does genetics really matter? Well, studies have shown that genetics can account for up to 30% of your overall life expectancy. But that leaves the other 70% up to how you live your life. For example, a study from the National Institutes of Health found that people who have a family history of certain conditions like heart disease can reduce their risk by maintaining a healthy diet, staying active, and managing stress. However, Genetics can give us important information about what to watch out for. If your parents or grandparents lived long, healthy lives without major health issues, that's a good indicator that you might be genetically predisposed to a longer life. On the other hand, if heart disease or certain cancers run in your family, it's even more important to take proactive steps in terms of diet, exercise, and regular health checkups. And the best part, advances in genetic testing allow us to have a clearer picture of our genetic risks. You can even take steps to modify your lifestyle based on what you learn from your genetic history, whether it's through exercise, nutrition, or early detection. So there you have it, 7 science-backed signs that can give you insight into how long you might live after 70. Of course, we can't control everything, but understanding these signs and making adjustments to our lifestyle can help us live longer, healthier lives. If you found these signs helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on how to live your best life after 70. Share this video with anyone you know who might benefit from it, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts. What signs are you paying the most attention to in your own life?